Hey guys, what's up? My name is Ines. I write kissing books, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways that I think might be beneficial for you to use your book's back matter. What is back matter, you might ask? Well, it's not the back cover copy of your book. So this isn't one of my books, but this is the closest one that I have. But if it's not this, it's not the blurb that's written on the back of the book. That's the blurb or the back cover copy. It's what happens after you write the end or at the end of your story. That's the back matter of your book. On some platforms like Amazon, once you type the end, Amazon will put in its own information for back matter. They might try to sell you somebody else's book or try to get you to buy Kindle Unlimited. So I rarely write the end in my books. Once I'm at the end of my story, I don't put the end. I lead the readers to do one of 3 things. The first thing that I might lead a reader to do is to sign up to my newsletter. So this is my book, The Dragon's Reluctant Sacrifice. I'm in vellum. This is where I format all of my books. So once they get to, and you can see these are all of my chapters, they finish the epilogue, and they've come to the very end of the book. But like I said, this is when you're looking over here, this is what it looks like for an e-reader. But I don't write the end. This little line here, this would be the end of the book, but you see I don't write the end. I give a little teaser to what's going to happen in the next book. I give a little teaser about what's going to happen in the next book to try and entice readers to immediately go and buy the book. So that's one strategy, entice them to get them to go and buy the next book. My first strategy in using back matter is to try to get readers to sign up to my newsletter, because if I can get them to sign up to my newsletter, I can constantly contact them over and over again and sell them a new book or sell them a book that I wrote years ago that they might be interested in. So at the end of this book, The Dragon's Reluctant Sacrifice, I have really big and glaring free offer, which is a book that I wrote, The Valkyrie Sacrifice. You can actually listen to me read it on this channel. But I put up this free offer. Want to know how the veil became closed in the first place? Read the forbidden romance that started it all when a Valkyrie fell for a dragon and a human sacrifice snuck back through the veil while they were getting it on. The Valkyrie Sacrifice is a free story written for my reader group. If you like your copy, just come on over and join us. And then I put a link here in order for them to either click on, or really easy to remember, they can copy and paste or type into a browser themselves. And when they click on that link, when they go to that page, they're prompted to sign up for my newsletter, and then they get the free book, and then they're mine, and I've captured them, and they're on my newsletter. So that's one thing that I can get them to do, especially because when they're at the end of the book, they're really warm. You've given them the warm and the fuzzies, unless they hate your book, then they're not going to click. But if you've given them the warm and fuzzies and they click, then you've got a captured audience. So that's my first goal when that's my first goal with back matters, to try to capture someone onto my newsletter or reader group in order to constantly talk to them. The second thing that I do is I try to get them to buy the next book. And one of the ways that I get them to buy the next book, this is a Shanae book. This is the first book in I wrote so many books. What is this one called? This is the first book in my Brides of Purple Heart Ranch series. It's an 11-book series. 10, because I'm writing book 11 right now. But at the end of this book, I give an extended epilogue of the next book because I'm trying to get them to purchase the next book. My goal here is sales. And the way that I wrote these books, again, I'm back here in vellum, and this is the epilogue of the book. But the way that I wrote this book, I don't write the end. I use these little asterisks, which will look like little dashes when I get to the part. In the ebook, see, it looks like a dash. And it doesn't say the end because I don't want Amazon or another retailer to start to put their back matter in before I get to my back matter. So I put that there, and then I give a little teaser about the next book, and I'm trying to get them to purchase the next book so that if they turn the page, I'm letting them know, here, there's an extended sneak peek of this next book. So once they turn the page, then they get a long sneak peek. I think I put the first 4 chapters in here. I don't remember. I put a lot of chapters in there. A lot of them. Oops, no, free. Oh, I'm in the wrong book. Hang on. I put a lot of chapters in here. Chapter 1, how many? Probably 4. A lot. It's a lot. Yeah, no, I put 5 chapters in here for the next book. And then at the very end, if they get all the way there to the end, then I say again, here is the link to buy this book, because my goal, especially with this series that I wrote, that you're reading it like a serialized story and you just keep getting the next one and the next one, and they're short. So you read it and then you're like, oh, let me buy the next one. And then before you know it, you've bought 10 books. That's the strategy, to make it kind of like a Pringles bag of chips. You can't just have just one. But that's my strategy there, to get them to buy the next book. And I put that information right there at their fingertips for them to do it. The third strategy that I have, and I put this in all of my books, but I put this is truly the end of my books. The last thing I put in my books, this is for Shanae, is I put in my also buys. And that's where I give them a little bit of information about me, writing as Shanae. I give them I don't give them the whole backlist. I give them what's pertinent to this particular series. And with this particular series, there's 10, about to be 11 books in this series. So I just care that they go through all of this particular series. So if they later then go on to one of my other sweet series, fantastic. But again, I'm just trying to get them to funnel all the way through a particular series before they switch over to another one. And I do the same with Ines. I mainly focus on the series at hand, even though Ines has a whole bunch of series. If you read the first Dragon series, I want you to then go and read, if you read the first Dragon book, I then want you to go read the second and then the third. And that's a planned 6-book series with spinoffs. So my goal is always to get you to buy the next book, which isn't the third strategy. The third strategy, the third strategy I put on my also buy page. The also buy is the very last page that I have. It's the back of my back matter. And after I tell you a little bit about myself as Ines, then you'll see down here, hey, you can visit my website or you can follow me on Facebook, neither of which I do a very good job of keeping up, because social media is not my strong point. Writing the next book is my strong point. So I focus mostly on getting people onto my newsletter and getting them to read the next book. But another strategy of back matter is to get them to follow you on social so that you have another touch point of them. So that's 3 strategies of how to use back matter. You can try to get them to sign up to your newsletter. You can try to sell them the next book, or you can try to get them to follow you on social. You choose. I don't recommend that you try to put all 3 there on the same page, because readers they're lazy. Humans, not just readers, humans are lazy. And we typically only want to do one thing at a time. So whatever's the most important is what I would put up there first. So my recommendation is, if you write in series and it's the first book in a series, then have them buy the next book in the series. Because if they've read more than one book of yours by the second or third book, then yeah, they're probably ready to sign up to your newsletter list. So my recommendation is get them to buy the next book, then get them to sign up to your newsletter, then get them to follow you on whatever social media. But if you're better at social media than me, you might want to move that to first. You got to know your own strengths. Don't take my weaknesses and say, well, Ines said don't do this first because she's not good at it. But if you're good at it, you should probably do it first. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. 3 ways that you can use the back matter of your books to get readers to engage with you more. I hope this is helpful. I hope you choose one or more to employ in the backs of your books, and you sell loads and loads and tons, and then come and tell me about it. Thanks for watching today, guys. I hope this was helpful. See you in my next video. Bye.